England will play Switzerland on Saturday evening, where Jeff Stelling is in situ. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Jeff.
Yes, we were just talking about competitive eating. They've got the World Hot Dog Eating Championships tomorrow in Coney Island, Jeff. I just wondered if you were going in for a bit of competitive eating, what do you think you could eat a lot of?
Oh, look, I tell you, this is a great place to train for the World Hot Dog Eating Championship.
Yes, of course it is. Yeah.
I mean, everywhere advertises, 100 different ways you can eat sausage. It's it's been amazing. We went to one place, an old German inn, and there's a full page of the menu from our sausage kitchen. So look, the cuisine, in fairness, Dusseldorf's a very international city, so there's all sorts of cuisine here. It's wonderful. But when you're a bit more out of the sticks, it really is, currywurst, every form of wurst you can wish for.
Always
or not wish for.
Or not wish. Have a packet of Rennies always on you at all times.
Yeah.
So, as we get closer, as we limp ever closer to England, Switzerland, are you feeling more optimistic or pessimistic, Jeff?
You've always got to be optimistic. I mean, we've got this far without, playing any sort of football, bar the first 25 minutes in the opening game and bar about 5 minutes in the last 16 match against Slovakia, So the gods of good fortune, they have been smiling down on us. If they continue to do so, then we have to have a chance. I mean, you cannot be luckier, can you, than be in our half of the draw. Look at the other quarterfinals. The quarterfinals and the other half of the draw. For goodness sake, they're worthy of the final. Not that the French have been up to much so far. Not that the Portuguese have been great either. But we've got the fortunate side of the draw. So everything's going our way at the moment, so I'm optimistic in that sense, at least.
It's a good point, Jeff, actually, because very few teams have played well. I mean, Spain, by general consensus, have been the best team,
and Germany have been good, but they've not been flawless, and they've got the pressure of being host, Jeff.
You imagine whoever wins that game is going to get to the final at least.
Yeah, but then they're going to come against France, aren't they? And we know what France are like. I mean, if you look at them, we were at the France-Belgium game the other day, and I couldn't help but think that Didier Deschamps, he's like Gareth Southgate's older brother, isn't he? In the sense that he picks a risk-free team. He's reluctant to make substitutions. When he does, they're all like for like. He's never out of the dugout. He's never on the touchline shouting. I thought, there's got to be some link between the two of them. But somehow, a bit like England here, they get the job done even when they've not been very good. No question that Portugal and Germany, show my age there, Portugal and Germany are the best sides here. Spain and Germany, the best sides here by a million miles at the moment. Have Spain peaked too soon? That is one theory that is going around amongst German taxi drivers. The other question that the German taxi drivers are asking, by the way, is, and we were asked this literally yesterday, was one guy said to us, how is it that England have got the best players but the worst team?
Oh, well, yeah, that's
a good question.
That cuts you to the quick, doesn't it? Yeah, we haven't quite worked that out yet. We seem to think we're the only ones maybe getting stuck into our team, but Antoine Griezmann was saying yesterday, I can't use the words he uses, don't annoy us, not what he said, don't annoy us about only having a small score or something. We're in the quarters. It's a big game defensively for the team. Without a great defence, you can't go far. He was reacting to that last game against Belgium with that narrow victory and the own goal. So, look, all the players are railing against it. All the countries are getting stuck into their players for not living up to expectations. It's the nature of
international football, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, when Italy went out, the Italian media is saying that nobody apart from Donnarumma should ever play for Italy again, and that Spalletti should have been out of the door, half an hour after the full-time whistle. So it is the nature of the beast. And I honestly think that the British media have been pretty decent with the England squad, given in mind the sort of performances that we've seen as well. I mean, I can remember back to 1990 when Bobby Robson was in charge, or 1992 when Graham Taylor was in charge. Swedes beat Turnip. There's none of that at the moment. That's not their job to be cheerleaders. They've criticised, but I think they've just criticised, the on-field performances. There's been no searching for scandal, no muckraking. I think that the media have been pretty fair with them.
Yeah, it's interesting that, Jeff, because society generally is kinder and young people take less to being criticised openly. So that's probably why it isn't like 1990.
It's a different. I mean, it is very different. I don't think you could go as two-footed as they certainly did on poor old Graham, really, back in the day.
No, you couldn't. And, Andy, you're absolutely right as well. I mean, people like Jude Bellingham, if he looks at his performances, they have been, let's be generous, uneven. Moments of brilliance, but a lot of dross in there as well. But he's never been criticised, has he? He was a talent when he was 16. All he's known is the good times. So this is the first little dose of criticism that he's ever had. And I understand why he would find it, tricky to deal with. And maybe one or two of the senior players should go and put their arm around him and say, don't worry about it, son. Just keep doing what you're doing. But when you're 19, 20, 21, it's easy to say that, but much more difficult to do it.
Yeah.
Jude decided to go out and have a little quiet coffee yesterday.
That's good, though, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, he was quickly surrounded by lots of people wanting selfies and pictures, and I don't know if he was maybe sort of driven back to the hotel, gave up. And so it's a little window on your world, Jeff, I would imagine. I remember we were at Cheltenham a few years ago, and we saw Cammy, and he said, come and have a drink. So this was kind of late in the day, and there was a lot of very bold people who'd had quite a lot to drink, and they all had their camera phones out. But I'd say it took us half an hour to walk about 50 yards, because every 10 yards saying, Cammy, have a picture. I mean, it's in the end, I suppose, it sounds nice. I'm sure celebrity is a wonderful thing, but there is a level of it that must drive you mad.
Well, yeah, and I haven't got to that level yet, Paul. I mean, Cammy's the world's most popular ex-footballer, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he can't go anywhere or do anything. But thankfully for, people who approach him, Cammy loves it.
Yeah, he does. He was brilliant with everybody, I should point out. Every picture, he did everything.
He is brilliant with absolutely everybody. And there must be times, when he's having a bad day that he doesn't want to do it either. But what Jude Bellingham goes out for a coffee, I'm afraid it's what you're going to expect, isn't it? Yeah. I was going through the Altstadt in Dusseldorf yesterday, and a couple of guys shouted out from a bar at me and ran out, and they wanted a couple of selfies. And of course, then a group of England fans saw I was doing selfies with those people, and they run out as well. And suddenly you've got a queue, and that's for me.
Like a book signing.
We're talking about Jude Bellingham, I mean, it would have been my saving grace, actually, if while they were doing selfies of me, they spotted Jude Bellingham, because they'd have been off like a shot in the opposite direction.
That's it, yeah. Well, Jeff, nice one. We'll catch up with you later in the week. Have a good day. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Andy.
There we are. There's good old Jeff there. And you will be hearing more from Jeff Stelling and the team in the build-up to that game. The football returns Friday evening at 5 o'clock in Stuttgart, Spain versus Germany. 8 o'clock, Portugal, France. A couple of great games. Then England kick off events in Dusseldorf on Saturday at 5. And Holland, Turkey from Berlin at 8 o'clock. That game will be on talkSPORT 2 because, of course, in the immediate aftermath of England's quarter-final, you'll be wanting to get in touch with Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara and have your say in a special Euro sports bar. So we'll have a special phone in straight after that match so you can have your say.
Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.